Miss the hole.
Woo!
What?
One more. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you feel at any time when you're pitching in some moments that you don't have enough time within your stance when you're on the rubber to use the energy that you have that day?
Sometimes.
Okay. One of the things I want you to understand is that as we get stronger, power also takes more time.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to have and understand the freedom to be able to move your foot back based off of how you feel that day. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because the stronger I get, there's a real likelihood that I'm going to want to move my foot back because I feel more comfortable generating power.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when we get in those moments when we're like, okay, like things kind of feel off, blah, 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 we want to have little exercises that give us an understanding of where we're at that day, our
Mm-hmm.
drops and our shifts. So super easy. Get your green ball.
Okay.
Okay. Hold it in the right hand. So we're going to use the green ball. Two things I want you to think about. One is the word exaggeration. We're going to exaggerate changes of pressure, weight, energy, whatever word you want to use, that
Mm-hmm.
are always going to happen in my pitch. But I want to see that day how it's feeling. Like, okay, what can I do today? What can I really feel out in that moment? The reason we're going to hold more instead of just use the kettlebell is because I also ultimately want to see and feel how my shoulder and elbow, my upper body essentially, during that change in weight and then that shift in pressure to my front foot, feel that day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That when I'm pitching, I have a reference for, okay, how am I moving the weight that I put in my back foot into my front foot? Am I getting all of it? Is it likely that maybe I need a little more space? Am I a little sore today where I have less range of motion? So it's a little okay for me to be a little shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to use right foot. We're going to be in our stance. A little more. I'm just going to use my breath. I'm going to inhale, and pressure is going to go up away from my feet. And then I'm going to exhale and dump it into this back leg, pretty much just like a single leg RDL hit. Inhale, relax back into the foot. And like I said, it's an exaggeration. I want to see what the energy is working with that day. So I'm here again, inhale. Let's try it.
Okay. So my foot is further back, right?
Your foot is wherever you want it. So you want to play with the spacing during this drill.
Oh,
You
okay.
just want to think my priority is just feeling pressure go into my back foot. However I want to stand or whatever I want to explore that day to maximize that pressure is
Mm-hmm.
acceptable.
Okay. And my left hand just stays down.
Yeah, you just relax. Like you were back in powder puff, making moves.
Like that.
Uh-huh. Give me a little more relaxation. Less aggression, more, Because the reality is gravity's pushing down on your body at 22 miles an hour right now. You did sprints this year, right?
Yeah.
You think you ever hit 22 miles an hour?
No.
Exactly. So why would I want to compete with gravity when I could just let it take me into that space?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Now move your foot back a little more. Good. Move it back where it was. What's the difference to you?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm too compact.
Huh?
Like I'm too compact here. Like I can't move well.
Okay. And so, like I said, we had a pretty good warm up, right? What
Mhm.
did warm up entail? Getting the growing and the adductors stretched. Then we had some jumps. Okay. And so what I want you to understand is there's gonna be days you feel really good.
Mhm.
Like you may have lifted 2 days before and it was a great lift. And so you got some of it's called potentiation
Yeah.
into the next bullpen. You're like, okay. We want to start to get to the mindset of taking advantage of those moments because we're not going to feel that way all the time.
Mhm.
And your transition now in terms of your development is going to be a lot less on the physical side and a lot more on understanding what that physical does for your body. What am I feeling? What can I feel? What can I change about what I feel? How does my body interpret what I'm going through that day?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Because you're not going to get realistically 15% gains in your performance anymore. You're going to be trying to every pitch be 2% better.
Yeah.
And over the course of the game, it looks like I'm dominating because I'm 2% better every pitch.
Mhm.
I'm not 15% better for one pitch and then holy crap. Just I don't know what I did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So understand that point. Like it's unreasonable to have an expectation that from a physical side, you're gonna see tons and tons of gains from here on out.
Mhm.
You're gonna see more on that understanding of intimately, like, I get what you're saying, but this is how my body is moving today and in space. This is why I'm making that adjustment.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Do more of
Yeah.
these. Okay.
Good. So now I want you to do a decel, and all I want you to do is exaggerate that same drop of pressure within your pitch. So in the decel will feel choppy, but it's only going to feel choppy because you're exaggerating a sensation and feeling right now.
Okay.
So just saying that up front so you don't freak out like, oh, well, it'll feel choppy. So let's throw,
Wait. So I use the real ball, right?
yeah,
Okay.
everything but letting the ball go. Sally
Okay.
Sue. Use your breath.
Is that correct? I don't think that's correct.
You've done decels before. That's a decel.
I know, but it just felt weird.
Remember, the reason we do decels is so you can max out on what you're thinking about in your drive, realistically.
Yeah.
One more. Go back to your shorter stance. Talk to
Yeah,
me about,
that didn't feel good.
okay. But that's the thing, like, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't have an expectation reality wise. Like, that's what I mean about moving from the performance piece to the mental piece. You already know everything you need to feel. Promise you. Now you're good enough to explore how you get more out of your body than it already possesses instead of trying to gain more for your body.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like you're not gonna be, you're not gonna continue gaining height and you're not gonna continue gaining size.
Yeah.
At the end of your college years, you're not gonna be 6'5", 480 pounds. Let's do the drops again. 3 of
Okay.
them. That was a good one. That's nice. Now full pitch.
Okay. And still think about the drop.
Yep. And your only thought process here is you have something comparable, you have a reference. When you go back, all you're thinking about is, okay, how much weight was I missing? Let me go get it. Okay. So now we're going to talk about how we exaggerate the shifts. So a shift realistically is just, I did all this work. I'm dropping, I'm changing pressure, and just something to reference. Every time I use the word drop, every time I'm talking about it, height is not a requirement. We're just talking about a drop and change in pressure. Yes, your body will lower itself to create that, but the priority is the change in pressure. How you move to do that is different.
Mhm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So the shift, same thing, same concept. I'm going to use the football. Well, you'll use your ball. You can tell Jen to get you a couple footballs.
Yeah.
3 pounds minimum. Need no baby footballs. You see my feet?
Yeah. What? No. There you go.
So now I'm going to exaggerate, very similar to an RDL, single leg RDL, dumping all that weight into my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Inhale. Inhale.
Okay.
And that's it. So you see how you try to be aggressive there?
Yeah.
Just relax. Remember,
Yeah.
you already have a weight. Let the weight pull you into your shoe. Let gravity pull you into the shoe. Don't think that you have to throw yourself into it.
Yeah.
Promise. There you go. Nice. One more. Good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do a drop, reset, do a shift.
Okay.
Use your breath. Slow the pace down a little bit. There you go. One more. Okay, let's go decel now. And now you're exaggerating, trying to put both of those things together. can I drop it and then really be focused on moving it into my foot, feeling that same heaviness that I felt in my shift, and then moving it back into the rubber.
Okay.
For you personally, what you're going to feel likely in this first decel is you'll feel a little bit of the heaviness in your front foot. You won't feel a lot.
About slid on, like my toes caught me.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
So just make this decision. My back foot's job is to what? Take me into my shoe. So be more conscious about the direction you're going within those 2 moments. Your drive happens after you transfer as much weight as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It'll seem like it takes longer. I promise you, it's worth it.
Okay. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to stop.
Yeah.
Redo.
Okay, let's go back with the ball, drops and shifts again. Go 3 drop shifts.
No, wait. You want me to drop then shift? Drop shift.
Yeah, drop, reset, shift. Remember, take your time. That's nice. One decel, then one regular pitch.
Okay.
Exaggerate that heaviness. Feel heavy to heavy.
Ah, dang it. It's supposed to decel.
Yes. So you're gonna decel now, or are you gonna regular pitch?
I'm gonna decel.
Okay.
I'm restarting.
Okay. So when you knew and you had the intention of a regular pitch, what was different from your decel?
Mm, I feel like it was maybe rushed a little bit more.
I would agree. I would agree.
Thank
So
you.
now the next thing is our drive or our step through.
Yeah.
Now, for you, this is going to be a lot of bang for your buck in terms of you're not going to do the drill really well,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to give you a great reference of what you just experienced. When we do our decel, because realistically there is no intention of throwing the ball, you allow yourself to carry your upper body a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay. My strongest push from my front foot, realistically, would come when it had the most weight on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the step through or the drive is going to allow you to reference, okay, at what point does my left foot fully get all of the shift weight, all the weight I'm shifting. Okay, so it'll look like this. Inhale. You're still going to do the shift. You're going to see your bare foot come through. Then you're going to fall. And you're going to think about pushing your thigh through your foot until your thigh is behind your butt. So all my weight is here. Fall.
Okay.
It'll be very similar to where when you used to throw your body into the pad.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Very.
You say yay?
I said very.
No, I thought you said yay yay. I thought you said my name's Audrey Lowry, and tonight I'm going yay yay.
Okay. So,
So
shift.
shifty shifty like Taylor Swifty first. Now
Then bring it
bring it
forward.
through without getting taller. Relax it in front of you. Fall and attack the rit fit. So do you see what'd you do? You pitched it, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like I said, I don't expect you to do it well because this is a part of your pitch that you don't have consistency in just yet.
Okay.
But realistically, I've never given you this before. I've never given you a reference. I've never given you a drill for a reference. So that's why I said I don't have an expectation that you're going to do it well. I know you won't, but I know it's going to help you have a reference point.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So when instead of pitching it, how do I end it?
Like a first step acceleration.
Okay.
You guys do half kneel sprints with the chains where you start with one knee down?
No. We
No?
normally start
Just
up.
2 point?
Yeah.
When you first did the 2 point starts?
Yeah, we did it standing up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it's very similar.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you're just working on that first projection. Projecto mundo. Oh, Riley Smith is after you. Take your time. Fall. Think about that left thigh pushing.
Wait.
So better job in terms of trajectory. Okay. Let's look at it. Come to the screen. Because I have a video of an expert doing it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very,
What, is
very,
that you?
very, very good expert. Oh, I don't know. I do not know. Possibly. Possibly. All right. Let's import the expert. Ah, it is me.
Aha, I knew it. When
You.
was this?
This is when I was there in August.
Oh, and I
Well,
was
I
not
brought
there.
out all the good stuff after you go to school.
Yeah. I'll be there on the 20, whatever it is.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you might as well stay and make some money then.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, John's paying you?
Still have to talk to him about it. I was supposed to do this weekend, but I can't do this weekend. So,
Hmm.
but the next
Oh,
weekend
why
would
would
be
you want
better.
to go when I'm not there?
I know. The next weekend, when you're there, would be better because it's 3 days, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
A
because
long
this weekend
time.
is only like a day and a half.
Yeah. So look how my left foot, because I'm showing them with the right. See how it stays in the same place?
Oh, wait, your leg's not extended.
No, it's relaxed.
Oh, well, that would help me.
What
That
do you
would, huh?
I push, like I said, until my thigh. I'm pushing into my foot until my thigh gets behind my butt. And notice I'm not any taller. And that stride leg, do you see right there where yours starts to lift?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. Because the reality is everything that's in front of my foot, if I push backwards, will go where?
Straight.
Forward. Yeah. Because it has to. It's in front of me. My body's attached.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, that's what I mean. Like, it's just the first step acceleration. I don't finish by dragging my foot as quickly as I can towards me. And I
Okay.
finish in pretty much the same height I started at. Do you see how there's our jump?
Yeah.
So we did a better job the second time. We just didn't finish the push. You see how your foot's down now?
Mm-hmm.
This is where my foot is in the same angle that you're in.
Mm. Yeah, I think it'd be better if my leg wasn't extended.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let's see what
Okay.
we can do, Sally.
Okay.
When was this? Don't get upset. Don't get upset. Wait a second.
What?
Go.
No,
Stop it. You ain't got to do that. You going to go over there and break your own foot.
I'm not gonna break my foot.
One more.
Okay, let me think.
No. So, like I said, two things. Yes, you can work on the performance part of it, but like I said, I really want you to understand like you're gonna get more bang for your buck in terms of the reference.
Yeah.
I see my stride foot get in front of me. That's when I know I'm loaded. The gun is ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's throw it.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do. Drop it, shift it, wait till your shift is done, and then push it back.
Okay.
One more. Fill that little baby shoe up. That wasn't bad. Let's look at it.
Okay.
Oh, perfection right there. That guy's good.
Oh, please.
He's
Just
real
kidding.
good.
Where is that house from in that picture?
What house? Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's someone from Georgia. It
Oh,
kind of looks real creepy right there.
yeah, it does.
They look kind of scary. It's not bad. Especially from what I was watching during your game sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like realistically, that's what I'm telling you. Like in games and stuff like that, like you're gonna get to play with your foot based off of like how you felt your warm up that day.
Mm-hmm.
very similar. You see how you just rotated a little?
Yeah.
But realistically, like I said, this was one of the pitches where now I'm pushing my hardest.
Are my hands connected the whole way from the start on the right?
On the right one,
Yeah.
you break up right there.
Well, no, I mean from like yeah, right there to
Yeah. You're just a little more on your left hip on that one.
yeah.
Why?
Because one of the things she wanted to kind of fix, but it wasn't her top priority, was my hands separating. Because I would like start and then this hand would go and then this they would like just so people couldn't like pick my pitches and stuff.
So as you get better at the reference with the step through, that'll be easier. Because one of the
Yeah.
reasons they separate is because you think it's time
Hmm.
to move away from yourself with your
Yeah.
hand. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So realistically, I'm gonna send you a video on how you'll use this in your warm up.
Hmm.
It's 3 drops, 3 decels, 3 drop shifts, 3 decels, 3 drop shifts, step throughs, 3 decels.
Yeah.
That's just a warm up. But in terms of like what you're practicing, I want you to worry more about the shift and the step through than the drop.
Hmm.
Okay. You would
Yeah.
use the drop more after your warm up. If, like I said, like you're warming up, you feel like, oh, I got a little energy today.
Hmm.
Check my drop and see if I need it where I need to move my foot today.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But the shifts and the step throughs, your shift, that's one, yeah, we can really, really get good at making that shoe as heavy as possible.
Hmm.
Step through, yes, I want you to make it better, but realistically, I don't want you getting frustrated that it's not getting better. I want you recognizing and thinking about your pitch more from
Yeah.
both aspects, from what Jen asked you to do,
Hmm.
how much easier it's going to be if you're not inconsistently or not having a reference of, okay, now it's time to push.
Hmm.
Because the more weight you get into your shoe, the easier it's going to feel when it's time to push.
Yeah.
And when you don't do it well, because there was so much more weight in it, you're going to know, like, and you may even hear Jen say, hey, your hand. And you're like, oh, I know.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
felt it. Like, well, how'd you feel it? I was like, well, I know when I go early. I mean, that's the solution your hand has to use because you're
Hmm.
your leg to go. So your hand's opposite, it wants to go with. Does
Yeah.
that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Answers, solutions, good jokes?